Yeah, we had no idea about this problem, and so we actually went through like four different pivots almost. So at the beginning, when we started Beazy, it had nothing to do with what we're doing right now. And so just for the quick backstory, so I'm 23 actually. I dropped out of high school. So when we started Beazy, I was like 18, something like this. I was at that point, I dropped out of high school. I was doing parkour and free running, so like jumping on walls, backflips, that sort of stuff. So not doing any a lot of stuff that my parents were proud of, let's say. And so that kind of got me into photography. And so I met my co-founder, Julia, back in Switzerland, which was studying neuroscience and bioengineering. She's a photographer as well. And so we met through photography, but we got a little bit too excited at the beginning. And so we wanted to work on just kind of like the equipment, photography equipment issue that we had. Like, we're broke students. Photography equipment is very expensive. So let's share this equipment and all these different things. But then we got too excited and we added a lot more stuff on top of it. And we kind of started working on what we call the Amazon of the sharing economy. That was bad. That was a fucking disaster. That really did not work. But with that project, we won two grants in Switzerland, which kind of got us started a little bit. And so we took that money, ran away to Berlin. I mean, ran to Berlin, let's say, to launch in Berlin, which was a much better market. And so we kind of refocused on what we knew best, which at that point was Airbnb for photo and video equipment, let's say, like a peer-to-peer marketplace, right, for equipment rentals. So we did that in order to meet our first users. We started doing a couple different photography events. The first one had like 100 people in Berlin, so that went great. So we kept on doing them. We did over 65 events in like 2019, and we built a community of over 3,000 creatives. So it was fun. It was marketing, but it was also really fun, and you get a lot of feedback and advice from the community. And then community actually started mentioning, cool, we like the equipment, but we also want access to studios. So we're like, okay, fuck it, let's add the studio category, location. So we kept on doing that, and then end of 2020 maybe, we were raising an angel round, and in the middle of the round we pivoted to B2B. So that was another pivot. We pivoted to B2B for two reasons. The first one is that we noticed the peer-to-peer model works, but you really need like a lot of users in a very short period of time to be able to actually sustainably grow that business, right? And then the second one is that we had customers like Zalando, SAP, and Pinterest. They came to us because they were interested in the equipment and the locations that we had, but they also wanted the creatives, which thankfully we had through the community. So that's when we thought, okay, fuck it, all in one, let's go. And so that was another pivot. Last one, now I'm getting to it, is just that once we started doing this B2B thing, at the beginning, we did everything manually for multiple months just to learn as much as possible to kind of create those personal relationships, and very quickly realized, okay, the matching is not enough. These are complex projects. We're going to be working with multiple people, anywhere between 5 and 50 people for multiple days, weeks, sometimes even months. And so you need a lot of tools to actually manage those collaborations and those partnerships. So we started building those tools, quickly realized there's another startup in Berlin that is building in exactly the same direction as us, except we started from the marketplace, they started from the SaaS. And so we started using their tools, reached out to them for a partnership. We really liked each other, working in exactly the same direction, visions matched. And so we just ended up acquiring them. So that was pretty cool. And so then we spent kind of like the last year merging platforms, which was a nightmare, but we're finally there. It was very interesting, and we're finally here. So that was a long backstory, but we went through a bunch of different things, and kind of lucked out into just kind of stumbled into this.